Good morning, traders. Happy Tuesday morning. Hope you guys are doing great this morning. Another live stream for you. Let's get into it. Michael and Jay, hope you guys are doing well. Good to see you in here. Let's go ahead and get into this morning. The early birds. The early birds get the worms. I'm happy you guys are in here. Most of the time, most of the guys get in here at like 9:25, 9:30. But we're only going about 10 minutes today, so let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Were any of you in CANF yesterday? Ouch! If you weren't on the short side of it, ouch. Pulling up CANF here. They did a private placement. They sold like 6 million shares at a $4 price to some institutional investors. And this thing sold on off. So the company really needed money here on CANF. No, Michael, you were in that? Oh my God. I hope small share size, and I hope you got out of that very quickly. Wow. Oh my goodness. I am sorry to hear that. Yeah, some of these stocks that, such as CANF, that go from the grave, and get a nice little pump on them. The companies typically need money, and they'll do an offering, private placement, super small. Thank God. Jeez Louise, Michael, you scared me, man. So yeah, there's other companies like that as well. BIOC is one of them, for instance. Right now, this one is up a lot right now. It wouldn't be surprising at all if this one comes out with an offering or private placement. Over the last 5 days, it's gone up from 78 cents to $1.90. And that 225 area serving as tough resistance there. I didn't draw that line yesterday. This one, always draw a resistance on these charts. Pretty much anytime I pull up a symbol, and I leave those drawings there, because it always comes back, and then it serves as a resistance again. That's on the daily chart. So BIOC, we'll go over some of the stocks this morning that are gapping up, getting some nice volume on them this morning. BIOC is one of them. What else is gapping up this morning? BIOC having a nice little gap up this morning, as well as OTLK, that one's been fading on off. These are some of the ones with some of the activity this morning. So OTLK, that one's hit $4, been selling off really strong. Albert, what's going on, man? I miss you, man. Miss seeing you yesterday and Friday. Hope you're doing well. JMU, yep, that is one that is likely kind of like a newsletter pump. JMU has all the criteria that the recipe for a pump. This is one that was a nice little scoop there, $1.50 on JMU. So why does this one have the recipe for a pump? Let's go over it. It's gapping up. It's a lower float. We take a look at the daily chart. This one is known to pump. In fact, not that long ago, it pumped as well from about $1 to $3. It came out with news this morning. So it has the past chart history. It's got the float. We take a look at the news that came out. JMU Limited acquired Unicorn Investment Limited. So there's an acquisition going on. This one is going to get volume on it from chat rooms. It would not surprise me at all, just because it's like boiler room stuff. I mean, when you have a chat room with 1,000 people, they want to go to something that is a lower float and has the criteria, the past chart history, and it's pretty oversold at this point. Yesterday it hit lows. So JMU's got the setup, not a short, for me at this point, something that's oversold like this. Now there's another one as well. Yesterday I want to go over DFRG. This one popped up at the end of the day. I wasn't even here for this one, but I want you guys to look at the daily. So this one tapped the 50-day moving average. DFRG tapped that 50-day. These always gravitate towards those levels of resistance. And we got to be patient with some of these. We got to be patient with some of these like DFRG. Let them gravitate, especially when they're oversold. So a stock that's at all-time lows, we can't be too eager to just jump in on the short side when this thing's popping up. Let it work a little bit. Let it get up to those resistance areas. So DFRG yesterday was oversold. It halted, actually had a circuit breaker halt, um, and closed pretty strong. It closed near its actual highs of the day at that 50-day near 623 is what it closed at. DFRG, I wouldn't mind getting interested in this if we kind of go parabolic out of the gates. So we went parabolic yesterday. Let's go parabolic out of the gates today from 609. Breaking the yesterday's highs at 650. Maybe coming up on to 720 is going to be really tough resistance. We got 720, very tough resistance on this 725, and then of course the 200-day moving average at 764. So we'll see how the price action is on it on DFRG. Not going to take it off the radar just because of it, how much volume came into it yesterday. So what have we gone over? BIOC, and then we went over OTLK. That one's fading on off right now. DFRG, and then JMU. JMU, of course, the pump. IOVA yesterday still in play. I mean, for Thursday, Friday, and Monday, this thing has had morning spikes. It's been crazy. So this was Thursday, morning spike. Parabolic to a short would have been a great short there. Friday, parabolic, short. Yesterday, parabolic, short. I'm kicking myself for not taking a position on it yesterday when it went parabolic, but my main concern was how it was reacting around the resistance I had marked off. That was my concern, and it held 1550, which is what I didn't necessarily want it to hold yesterday, but it came down and actually closed above 1550. Oh, Michael, you were long DFRG 590? Heck yeah, baby. Nice. Yeah, nice trade there. Beautiful. So IOVA, guys, yeah, for the Thursday, Friday, and yesterday has had spikes out of the gate. It's really, hanging on though. It's hanging on. It's holding up. We'll see. It is overbought. We have a couple upper shadows. That 1650, we're just having a hard time breaking. The thing that just makes me a little iffy is, it's holding so well. It is Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So basically what we're looking for is that euphoric move if we're going to trade this. Let's see if it's going to do that again today. Just kind of go parabolic out of the gates. Go crazy. Just go absolutely stupid and nuts out of the gates on IOVA. But it is holding a trend as well. So let's draw this trend line here. Yes, holding a nice trend on it too. You guys see what I'm pointing out there? It's holding a pretty nice trend on it, around 1540. Yeah. So I mean, this is not a short out of the right out of the gates. We got to make a stupid move on this to take a short on, but it has provided some good opportunity the last few days. Good morning, Jerry. Hope you're doing well this morning. So yeah, what we've gone over this morning are just pretty much the stocks with all the volume, Jerry. So BIOC, and then that one's at 203 right now, getting some pre-market volume up from 78 cents from Friday. I'd be eerie on it. Especially after seeing what CANF did. Just a crap company that starts, getting some activity volume pumping on up, and then they do a private placement to institutional investors at a $4 price to raise $6 million. Most of these companies, they don't have money. They don't have money because, one, they're either spending it all on operational expenses, which you hope they're doing because that's how you grow a company. To grow a company, you got to put some wood in the fire. But most of these companies are just the stock, right? So if the stock goes up, it's like, okay, let's make money. Let's sell some shares out. CLRB moving. Cameron, what's up, man? Good to see you in here. CLRB Good eye, man. CLRB. Yep, getting a little pop this morning. From 190 to 214 right now. They came out with some news this morning. Take a look at that. Yeah, so it's a mobile company for use on Sprint. So they're kind of riding off of Sprint's. They're kind of riding off of Sprint's news right now, which we should probably talk about that. So Sprint right now, Sprint and T-Mobile, we need to keep both of those on watch. These are going to move kind of identically, right? TMUS is T-Mobile, S is Sprint, and they moved very similar yesterday. So if TMUS starts fading on off, you wouldn't be surprised if Sprint starts fading on off. Those are going to work in tandem with one another. It's not a bad idea to keep both those on watch. If they start fading, ride the trend on it. Not a bad idea at all. So DFRG, we'll see how this is going to open up today if we get a little pop out of the gates. Retest yesterday's high at 650. IOVA, we'll see if that one, Thursday, Friday, and Monday, all had spikes out of the gate. So we'll obviously keep that on watch as well. OESX, this is one I'm going to be watching. It's getting overextended. I have shorts here. OESX, let's go over that one. 3-year chart. This one over the last few weeks is up from 53 cents in the beginning of the year, now up to 210 on OESX, and we see that it's coming up to resistance. It actually closed at 210, 209, which is going to be tough resistance there. If we can get a little spike out of the gate to 225, 250, would not mind starting a position on that, kind of probably risking off of 257 on OESX. Here's something to note though. This is overbought. This was basing out at like 150 to 160 area just a few weeks ago. So that's going to serve as strong support on OESX. We want to look for a stupid move. That's what I look for. What pops up on the scanner that's just making ridiculous momentum. So longs are just all jumping into it. Shorts are getting squeezed out. That's when we want to start building a position, when most people's emotions are getting heightened and they're panicking out and that sort of thing. That's when we want to build a position on some of these stocks. So that's OESX. I do like that one for a short if we can get a nice little parabolic move out of the gate. ONSS, this one came out with, this is just one to keep, this would be a pump if anything. This one's gapping up to 401 right now, hit a high of 525. They came out with some news this morning. Was granted exclusive global rights to a patent portfolio for the combination of some IL-12 DNA with checkpoint inhibitors to treat cancer in several key countries. So yeah, they try to hit some keywords in that headline that are going to attract some investors. So ONSS, we'll keep that on watch. That and probably JMU are the two pump candidates that I'm thinking. JMU and ONSS. OESX would like that to go parabolic out of the gates. DFRG would love for that to go parabolic out of the gate. I don't know if we'll get it though. As of now, what I'm thinking is probably JMU is going to get some chat room pump on it today. Going to be avoiding that one. IOVA, this is probably going to be my main watch out of the gate just because of Thursday, Friday, and Monday all doing the same thing. After a while though, it makes me a little eerie to keep doing the same exact thing Thursday, Friday, Monday. It's like, okay, one of the it's really tugging this resistance area, trying to hold it. J and then BIOS. You mean BIOC? Yeah, BIOC is getting a little bit of a pump on it this morning. I'd be careful with that one, Jay, just because these companies, man, like CANF, their stock starts going and they want to sell some block shares out to some institutional investors for a discounted price. Oh yeah, our company CANF, we're hovering around $8.88. We're about to be up in that double-digit price area. So how about we just sell some shares out to for a discounted rate? We'll discount you. We'll give you 1,000,000 shares at $4. Well, that was they raised $6 million, so somewhere around 1,000,000 shares. We'll give you 1,000,000 shares around $4. We're sitting around 888. You're going to be automatically up $4. It don't really work like that. Yeah, so BIOC, just be careful there if you're trading it on the long side, because trust me, there are a lot of people looking at BIOC for a short. And not only that, you got the company probably trying to, you know, get some of these shares out. Yeah, so dumb, Michael. I agree. So traders, that's going to be the stream this morning. That's what I'm looking at. SPY gapping up 285 right now. Uh, this morning, and so that's going to be it. Probably going to be scanners, honestly. Probably going to trade the scanners today. See what pops up on the momentum scanners and what starts getting kind of crazy. Because I'm not really in love with anything. Sure for sure. Good morning, man. It's been a while. Good to see you. So that's going to be wrapping up the stream. Sure for sure. You got to get in here a little earlier. When I stream, it'll probably be like 9 to 9:15 like it is today. Just to have time to set up everything and get prepared for the day. ONSS. No, it was it was ONCS. I'm not trading it. I was just wanting to point it out to you guys. I don't know if it did a reverse split or if it just came out with some. I don't see a reverse split on it. But it's up from like 50 cents to $4 right now. Yeah, it's on a really nice headline. I don't trade headlines. It's all price action. All price. That you try to get. They try to reel you in with really nice headlines. The only reason I look at them is because it's all psychology. Just to understand what's going to get other people excited. It's all a big game. It is one big game. But traders, that's going to wrap up the stream. If you want these scanners, we got some new deals in the description below. More affordable deals. I think you guys will be happy with them. Working hard for you guys. Yeah, Owen. I think it was. Oh yeah. Thanks, Jerry. You think it was a split? Yeah, it looks scary to me too. Looks scary. So guys, this is so important. This is something I've learned recently. I just want you guys to be aware. We got to learn to, and you by saying it looks scary to me, you reminded me of this, Jerry. Not that I want to trade ONCS because I don't, but we got to do the opposite of our emotions. Like, not trade when it's comfortable. When getting into a stock is comfortable, that is the wrong entry, and that's why some of these trades recently, you've seen me even get the top tick on it. When everyone's buying a stock, that's when you want to start beginning to short it, right? When Bitcoin's going to the moon and everyone's talking on the news about it, and oh my gosh, buy Bitcoin, that's when you need to start shorting it. It's the same. It applies to everything. You want to play against other people's emotions. That doesn't mean go full size, because yeah, it is scary going against the herd. It is scary. So try to mitigate those emotions by going in a smaller share size. But that is really, really important to do. And yeah, it can go against you for an extended period of time. So just know your risk. Just know your risk. If you want to risk, like for me, for instance, I'm risking like $50. I'll go in starting small, like 100 shares, 200 shares. I am building a position on it as these stocks are working against me. But you have to know the risk, because yeah, there will be the anomaly. That can, because there's one or two anomalies a year that just they blow people up. So as long as we respect our risk, we will be fine, and that's why the consistency is high. For Garage Day Trader, if you guys watch him, and myself and these other guys in here, the consistency is good because of that. Don't trade when it's comfortable. It will not work out. You have to embrace those emotions. when you feel like buying something, because it's like right now, pull up JMU. JMU's at 193 right now. This is on very light volume. I'm not going to trade in pre-market anyways. But if this thing kind of goes parabolic out of the gates, you got all those traders that are just buying things out of the gate. So let's say the market opens, JMU just starts, it busts through $2, goes to 220, 225. I pull up the past chart history. I see where some of those psychological areas are for resistance. Then build a position there, because most traders are saying, "Oh my God, this is going up forever. Let's jump into it. Let's get a long position on it." Then the thing fails, and then they turn into bag holders. That's why there's a lot of money to make on the short side, right? Because there's so many bag holders that buy at the top and just hold. They're like, "Well, I guess I'll turn into a long-term investor now." Yeah, so that's the lesson for today. That's the little lesson for today for you guys. See, JMU right now is going to be touching $2. So, yeah, guys, if you want the scanners, link in the description below. You guys know what it is. Thanks for watching today. Love you guys, and we will see you all first thing tomorrow.